Good morning. Happy Monday. What's the mindset that you're bringing to work this week? Remember, we're 100% in charge of our attitude. Rick and I used to tease about why women were the ones to have the babies. He would laugh and say, that's because God knew he was taking care of his bubbas. He was protecting us. And I would say, that's because God knew you guys couldn't handle it. There's no way you could handle the pain. Being a mom is the only role that I ever wanted. Since I could remember, I wanted to be a mom and have a family. I didn't know what I wanted to be when I grew up and had a career. Even when I got out of college, I didn't know what I wanted to be. So I took that one step at a time. I always like to say you can know what you want, but you have to let the how unfold. It was 12 years before I started having children after I started my career. By that time, I had fallen in love with my work. I was an entrepreneur before it was even cool. I had a national organization and I traveled the country. I loved my work, but I was so excited about being a first-time mom, especially since now I was in my 30s. And at the time, I was struggling with whether or not I wanted to keep working or whether or not I wanted to stay at home. And I remember I was really struggling with that decision. And I was probably talking about it incessantly. Rick finally got fed up with it and said, I don't care what you decide to do, just decide what you want. I loved my career, but I was finally going to be able to be a mom, and I just didn't know. And I remember my cousin Barbara gave me the very best advice I've ever received, probably the best advice as a mom that I've ever received, and I haven't forgotten in 25 years. She said, Melissa, no matter what you choose, whether you choose to work outside of the home or whether you choose to be a stay-at-home mom, the most important thing is that you choose to be happy, because that's what your children are going to see. That's the most important thing, and that's what they're going to take from you. That was powerful advice that I've never forgotten. It wasn't 3 weeks in with a newborn that I was back at work full-fledged. Wow, to have 2 roles that I absolutely loved was amazing. There's no way I could have planned that out. It just had to unfold. My family became my why. My girls were my motivation. I wanted to be a role model for them. I knew that both of them would want to work at some point. And so I wanted them to know you could have both roles and love it. And as I think back, there's no better advice that I've ever received. There's been no better joy than my family, because we're always there for each other. I want to get better at everything I do because of my family, because of the love I have for my family. I'm still so fortunate to have my mom. And as I think about it, we're so much alike. All she ever wanted was to be a mom and have a family. But she too had a career and enjoyed working. We talk about it all the time. So think about this week, about the mindset that you bring to work, about choosing to be happy. It's the best thing we can do as moms. So happy Mother's Day to all the moms who know God chose us to bear the children.